One of the most contentious debates in Madden is how do you build your quarterback from an AP standpoint? Now, a lot of players out there prefer abilities that are mostly X Factor type abilities, such as the dots or the running gun, to make sure that they can make the craziest throws in Madden 25. But I'm going to show you guys an off-meta way that will become the new meta when you're looking at what makes a quarterback good. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell. Also drop a comment below to push this video out in the YouTube algorithm. It is greatly appreciated as we push for 50,000 subscribers. Now, without further ado, let's build a quarterback from scratch. Now, as you can see right here, I've got the Easter or the Sugar Rush Anthony Richardson. This is a quarterback that I have said on social media. You guys can follow me on X at ZanMadden. I drop extra nuggets over there on my timeline as well. That this is the #1 quarterback in the game. And the reason for this is that he has a unique ability to stack 2 Deadeye abilities that most players don't talk about. While many players out there are focused on abilities on the run, such as the run and gun, which is mostly an X Factor, or passive abilities such as roaming Deadeye or dashing Deadeye, I'm going to show you guys that there are abilities that only care about where your receiver is on the field in order to make a Deadeye throw. And that stack is going to be sideline Deadeye stacked with inside Deadeye. Now, if we take a look at what these abilities actually say, it basically says it's a perfect pass accuracy on throws inside the numbers, meaning that when you look at the actual field, we'll get to that momentarily. If the receiver is being thrown to a spot that is lined up inside the numbers on the field, it will get you a Deadeye throw. This makes no mention of the quarterback being in the pocket or outside the pocket, like for instance, the pocket Deadeye or the roaming Deadeye would. And it makes no mention of the quarterback's locomotion, meaning that it doesn't really care if your quarterback is standing flat-footed or on the run, like you would have to deal with certain abilities such as dashing Deadeye. So for these reasons, this is going to make this stack the best Deadeye stack in the game. Now, as it pertains the golden ticket quarterbacks or quarterbacks that have baked on abilities, this is going to mean that your Truz quarterbacks are exceedingly better than your running gun quarterbacks. Now, as a Bears fan, I just got a 99 overall Caleb Williams draft item that has run and gun baked on for free. Of course, I'm going to use that because of my Bears bias. But if you were basically saying, Zan, what is the best quarterback in the game? I'm going to tell you right now, as of basically April the 22nd, it's Anthony Richardson, due to the fact that you can stack an ability that prevents fumbles with these 2 actual abilities that allow you to have perfect throws no matter what. Whereas if you're talking about a quarterback that has Truz, whereas if you have a quarterback that has the running gun as a passive ability, it's highly unlikely that you're going to get a no fumble ability to stack with it in one of the extra buckets. I'm not saying it's impossible. We'll see what EA does the rest of the year, but it's better to get your Deadeyes via the abilities and your no fumble via the X Factor, because that's probably the most important X Factor style, is a quarterback that doesn't really fumble. I'm not saying never fumbles, but you guys have used Truz. It's really, really hard to make them fumble. So now going back to my Anthony Richardson quarterback, let's fill out the rest of the buckets. The #1 ability that you guys are going to want to have in this game is going to be Master Tactician. We know that on any quarterback, having the ability to create extra hot routes for your wide receivers, regardless of whether they're outside or in the slot, or your tight end, or your running back, is crucial. And on top of that, getting your hot routes in faster is also great because you spend less time at the line of scrimmage, less time pointing at receivers and having that long delay between hot route animations. And also you get the playmaker ability, so you can redirect the receiver into open turf after the ball is snapped. So we're going to run Master Tactician. Now, because we have the sideline and the inside Deadeye, we do not care about other Deadeyes in this, such as the pocket Deadeye. But I will tell you that if you want to add maybe just a little bit onto your no-look throws, the no-look Deadeye might be viable for you. I'll explain when we get on the field and I'll start to draw kind of the dead zone areas. Most of you are not going to use this ability, but I will tell you that if you have a bucket open that has this ability right here, the high point Deadeye on its own, I would absolutely use this as well, because that is about the primary throw that does not guarantee a Deadeye with sideline and inside, is when you do the high ball modifier to throw the ball up over a user or over a zone that's hanging out underneath. So if you guys want to make sure that you get those high balls in, you guys could stack that as well. Now, me personally, I have to make a choice between inside Deadeye or the high point Deadeye. pretty easy choice for me in this bucket. So in this bucket, I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to run Steamroller. The reason for this is personal to my offense because I run the Seattle playbook with that trips tight end, and we have a quarterback run out of that where I'm going to be running the ball with that tank Truz combo built into this Anthony Richardson. So I'm going to get this free ability that just helps him break just a few more tackles. Now this bucket is pretty much non-negotiable. I'm going to be running Gunslinger. This is going to make it so my quarterback has the fastest possible throwing animation from any throwing angle. I don't care if he's in the pocket under duress, on the run. It's going to give you the fastest version of that throw. Okay. For me personally, I think it's really, really important that you guys understand that Gunslinger is better than Quick Draw. I've heard players out there say, well, I just use Quick Draw so he gets a faster animation when he's under pressure. I have used the Quick Draw on many occasions this year, and honestly, it is too inconsistent for me to care about. I'm going to pay 1 AP for Gunslinger here. And then right here in this particular bucket, I'm still a sucker for the gift wrapped ability. I think that this is really, really important, especially when you throw those high balls that I was just talking about earlier. Sometimes wide receivers will just blatantly drop a wide open high point throw. You might have a user with lurk artist hanging out 6 or 7 yards low, and you want to make sure that he doesn't jump up to get a crazy interception. So you throw that high ball modifier to a wide open receiver at the second level, and gift wrap is going to make sure that they don't drop those. It also helps with them holding on to diving catches. Sometimes you'll throw like a whip route or a over the top, fade route, and you have a step and your receiver needs to dive. Gift wrap is going to make sure that they hold on to those a little bit more often. So now that you understand how my quarterback is stacked, let's go to the field and break down exactly why this stack is so glitchy. And while we load into practice mode, if you're enjoying this video, once again, make sure you subscribe to the channel, but also head over to my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is the #1 place to get better at Madden and also college football 25 as well. For $9.95 a month, you guys unlock the Vault, which is our weekly updated content cadence where we're paying attention to the trends. Yes, even into the summer months, we are paying attention to what players are doing, how the AP shifts change how people play the game, how you guys can stay on top of those trends and beat those trends when you face them online. If you struggle with the blitz, we'll show you how to block it in our vault. If you need a bomb formula for a coverage, we've got it in our vault. If you guys need to learn how to defend a specific meta, like for instance, the normal Y off close, I've got a coverage set up for you that shuts down that formation specifically. And on top of that, you guys can take a look at our game plans, which are curated schemes ready to roll for you with bomb formulas, quick dots, blitz pickups. So that way you can get out there on the streets and run a skeleton offense and install the meat and the potatoes that are broken down in our vault. This is the best way to get better at Madden, by learning a base offense and then the little intricate tips that help you win at higher and higher levels in the vault. On top of that, you guys can get access to our Discord at no additional charge, where we have lab sessions each and every week. So make sure you guys go check that out. $9.95 a month unlocks the entire website, $14.95 if you want to bundle both games together. All right, now let's get into this here. I'm going to explain exactly why this is such an easy thing that you can do to bomb coverages on a consistent basis. Now, to do this here, we're going to kind of start off. I'm going to turn auto flip off so I can just do some free rollouts and throw some dumb throws. And then we'll get into some of the other intricate stuff here with this, and I'll draw on the screen and do something a little different than I do in most videos. So right here, I've set up a cover 3 defense that I'm going to be able to roll out on very easily. Now, traditionally speaking, I could just bomb this from the pocket with this route combination that you see right here. This is a formula that I posted here on this channel. It's out of the play PA verticals in the bunch tight end. I snap this ball and our intended target is going to be this post. But as you're going to see right here, some of the bigger issues is that when you're trying to bomb something from the pocket, sometimes sheds occur and you need to get out on the run, or you're going to get hit trying to throw from the pocket. So relocating is oftentimes something you have to do. Well, if you're on the move with your quarterback, traditionally you need some sort of ability such as dashing Deadeye or the running gun to make that throw possible. But I'm going to show you here, there's no tomfoolery. I've got inside Deadeye and sideline Deadeye. There's no on the run abilities. There's no mention about being in the pocket, on the run, cross body, distance gated, locomotion gated, positional gated for the quarterback. All it cares about is that your receiver is either inside or outside the numbers. And at the end of the day, unless a receiver is at the Gatorade cooler, they're on the field. So you're going to get a perfect throw. So I'm going to make a stupid throw right here by rolling out intentionally and throwing this across my body. And you're going to see here that I can yeet this sucker all the way blue. Now, what you saw right there is, well, Zan, you aimed at one spot and it landed on another. The truth is right there, that was distance capped. You notice though, the big thing is that it still gave me a perfect throw to the max distance that I could possibly have. So what I said is, this is gonna be a rather hard ability to, you know, draw up stupid throws that you're gonna miss. You know, I'm intentionally trying to roll out and make this throw, you know, 65 yards cross body. And you're gonna see here that no matter how you throw, unless you're under pressure, that is really the only thing that could possibly make you miss a throw, okay? So you may wish to go ahead and stack Gutsy Scrambler on top of this, but it's not necessary. So again here, I'm gonna slap a double team and I'm just gonna go ahead and roll out. And you're gonna see right here, I'm just gonna make this throw back across my body. And that is a Deadeye in stride rat catch. And again, you just see like, I'm throwing the ball kind of crossbody. It's not like 90 degrees the other direction, but I think that it's a great opportunity for us here to maybe start telestrating a little bit here on this channel. So right here, we got this overhead view. I'm gonna kind of roll out and then pause it here when I'm about to start throwing. So you see right here, this is about the moment that I make a choice to make this throw. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw kind of this little cone, if you will, that is going to help you guys kind of understand what occurs with the vectors on the quarterback. So basically with this, you can see I am running in this direction, okay? So we're running this way, and obviously this receiver is a post route that is, you know, kind of going out this direction. With this quarterback, it is very, very important that we do one thing to make sure that we guarantee our Deadeye. Basically, the way that I treat it is like so. I will take a 90-degree angle straight this way, and we have a 90-degree angle straight this way. There are some dead zones that will occur here with this, but if I were to draw the quarterback's shoulders here, you're gonna see I've kind of got, if we would just draw the shoulders aligned 90 degrees straight from the shoulders. So you see here that it would basically be a line that goes like this. All I need to do at the snap is make sure that I can turn my quarterback so that way his body is going this way. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and roll the tape just a little bit more, and you're gonna see that as I start to get into this, you see how I start to kind of turn my quarterback so now he's more so square to the line of scrimmage. What that does is that gives me a little bit more margin for error with his cone. So again, his cone, instead of being, you know, previously with our other angle where we were still kind of running more so this way, now we're running more so kind of this way at the point that we're about to throw. And what that allows us to do is widen our cone on this throw so that we have kind of a bigger coverage, if you will. So it ends up being kind of like this. And if you kind of think about it, this allows us to make basically any throw as long as the receiver is inside of that kind of pinkish cone, if you will. Now, if I were to go back and kind of just draw like some dead zones. So let's draw that cone again, actually. Kind of something like this and something like this, you know, all the way to infinity. There are going to be certain throws that I would say are no-goes. So I'm going to show you here, if I were to kind of draw lines straight out this direction, obviously these aren't perfectly straight, but you understand what I'm saying. There are going to be some areas that are what I call kind of like dead zone throws. Basically, you're going to have like anything kind of in this area is going to be like you're going to have a high chance of inaccurates. This side, however, the right side is arm side. You're going to get more so punished over in this area of the field, not so much this area of the field. Now, some of the other throws that you might care to stack would be kind of the no look crossbodies, throws that are kind of in this area of the field, which is again kind of below that cone that I was talking about. So, you know, this whole thing that I was breaking down just a moment ago, these throws inside this yellow circle are going to be kind of that no look Deadeye, where if you stack that ability on top of it, that'll help you with those throws. But again, if you are good with your quarterback's locomotion, all that matters is when you're on the run, is that before you start to throw, you kind of turn your body towards the middle of the field, which will then turn your cone and make it so it's, you know, more so like this, where you're going to end up, you know, with the vector, you know, allowing you to have more horizontal throws. So again, this is kind of like angles and, you know, trigonometry to a degree, just geometry a little bit here, but you can kind of see how this is going to guarantee your throws a little bit more accurately. Now let's go back here to the field and kind of break down some other throws that we might be able to utilize. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a double one play touchdown. One of these is going to be able to go arm side. The other one's going to be more so cross body. So right here, we're going to, instead of a tight end corner, we're actually going to use a post. We're going to custom stem it up a little bit. And then I'm going to put a corner out to the B receiver that I'm going to custom stem down. Now with this, I may decide to give myself a whip that I can playmaker. This could also be maybe like a curl that I leave in the middle of the field for a throw back into the middle of the field that I can get on the run. It's going to be basically up to you guys how you guys want to run this. But when I start to roll out, you're going to see here that this gives me the ability to kind of think, all right, do I want to go cross body or do I want to throw a perfect on the run Deadeye to this player? Again, no dashing Deadeye on this to speak of. So again, you're seeing here, and these are just two examples, but this is, as you use it, going to be so evident to you that this is far better than running a run and gun or a dots X factor on a quarterback. If you could select a quarterback that has truz to the point where anytime you go to roll out, you feel like, you know, I'm just not feeling this. Let's go ahead and scramble and maybe we take a hit. Knowing that your quarterback is not going to fumble is a huge deal. And that can allow you to kind of make those last second choices like, let's tuck our shoulder down and pick up 5 or 6 yards here. You're going to make better choices. You prolong plays, you can make crazy throws. And because your X factor allows you to not fumble nearly as often, if at all you gotta do is stack these Deadeye abilities inside and sideline Deadeye, and you're really out there with a golden ticket quarterback before the golden ticket quarterbacks ever drop. Now, if you're watching this video later in the season, when the golden ticket quarterbacks have dropped, hopefully somebody has seen this video and they have built one that has truz and then discount sideline and also inside Deadeye. I'm doing this video partially for that reason. So I hope that you guys select that quarterback. And I hope that somebody out there that won a golden ticket and is making a quarterback decides to heed this advice, because it is going to make the game more fun for a lot of players out there. Your quarterback is going to be far more effective, and it's going to be a little bit easier on your AP when you think about it. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you guys subscribe, check out Gridiron. I will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Good luck and good luck.